Hi folks, Andy here. Welcome back to this boat build. Carrying on with the next project on this boat fit out. It's actually a corner cupboard, so I've just machined that timber up, and I'll not bore you with seeing all that being machined up every time. It's untough to go through all that pile I had. I think there's only 2 lengths left now, so a few hundred quid's worth gone there. So this is to make a cupboard that will go in the blunt end of the boat against the bulkhead, and it will hold the calorifier, the power inverter, and a general little cupboard, but they'll not get much more in it than that. And just been doodling, we'll just have a look at what we've got to actually put into this. So you can hope you can see what I've been doing, because I ain't no artist. So just ticking off what we've done. Them steps, those 2 little steps at the pointy end, which I've got down there. I made those yesterday, but they were just the same as the other ones. We'll have a quick look what we've done. So looking at this then on plan, that's going to be there'll be a table, as you normally get, type thing, converts into a double bed. Those steps, they'll not be fastened in, they'll be movable, so the bed will come like out here, something like that. Walk through bathroom, so shower, wash basin, and a toilet in there, pump out toilet. Right. Under here is a water tank, and we've got duck hatch there, and that will be a table, and it'll convert into a single bed, something like this. So you've got a double bed, and then there'll be a single bed there, and then a kitchen, got a sink in it. That's corner cupboard I'm making now. And what else we got to get in? Oh, cooker. Whether that goes there or something, or just put a unit in here, I'm not sure yet. We'll see what space is like. It's the easiest way for me to just see what space we've got. You know we've got to get in, you can get it in, but that's how I do it anyway. Now you can draw it out to scale and all this and that, and you'll do all that, and it'll still not work right. You'll end up changing it, so I'd rather do it on the job. So that's what we're doing today. So we've got them stairs ticked off, we've got them stairs ticked off, and we're doing that. Oh, can't even do a tick. So if you're looking down on it, that's the basic L shape. So that side we'll have a double door, it's a frame and 2 doors on it, and then that side we'll do that and realise it won't be like that, it'll be like that because it's got to go under gunnels. So we'll have a frame, and we'll put some reeded board in, because it's just going to be painted. These we're doing the solid wood frame, but with painted panels in the middle. That's sort of going to be the theme on the boat, trimmed up per panels. So don't want it all oak coloured or anything like that. Prefer it to be lighter, you know. It's not a massive area in there, so you've got to let some light in and whatever. You don't want it looking too dark. We'll just have a look at those stairs. So there's the ones I made on the episode, and they're the little ones I made yesterday, so they go on the front of the boat now. They're a matching pair, and Luke's coming tomorrow to pick them up, and he's going to lacquer them and what have you. We're looking at putting a light oak coloured stain on it, and then it'll bring it all together a bit. That's the idea anyway. So we'll see what he thinks about all that. That's it, my little doodles. And we've got the timber, so it's a matter now, we've got the sizes, so now it's a matter of making the frames. Two basic frames, you only need the two sides, you can use the boat for the other two sides. And that's it. Make them into simple frames, panels in, and make the doors. Basic shaker doors, that's what I'm doing. And you'll see an easy way to make them. Alright, let's get on with it. So the first thing we're making then, if that's the corner, is that one. And for that, we need a face frame, which is 500 wide in total, 1890 total height, and it'll have the 90mm, these timbers we've got, the 90mm these. So it'll have a head, a mid rail, and we need a height of 1 metre for the calorifier in the bottom. So whatever's left is left, and then the base rail. So that's all there is. We need 5 pieces of timber, those dimensions, well no, 500 minus 290 is 180, so that's 320. So we need 3 pieces at 320, and 2 pieces at 1890. So that's what we're going to cut off of these machine boards. That's the components for making this face frame. So I'm going to label them up so I know which way they go, which is inside at board and which is outside, and bottom one, middle one and top one. And I use triangle method, because if you have a triangle like that, that's telling you that's the bottom, that's the top, and if you split it down the middle, that's the left side, that's the right side. You don't have to be marking right, and then you've got that joint, you put right one and left one, or all that. You don't do any of that, you do it in seconds using that triangle. So on bottom at triangle, in middle, 2 lines going in at the top, middle at triangle. Inverted V at top. And then left and right. Just makes it so much easier than messing around. You know that's your face as well. You've marked your face side up, you've the face edges and all the orientation for everything. So we're going to put biscuits in here. Biscuit joints, which are fine. Over the years I've made hundreds of face frames. Do them all the same way with the biscuit. You can use dominoes if you've got a domino jointer. I haven't, but I've never had a problem with the biscuit jointer, especially with modern glues. And when these are together, across that middle on the back, to support the shelf in there, there'll be a timber across it all. You can do the same on the top and a timber on the bottom, and the timber on the bottom, then you can screw that down to the floor. So you really got all that lot with a biscuit in, and then you're having another length of timber across all that joint anyway, so you ain't going to go anywhere with them. So we'll mark the biscuits up. So we put them, come in. We'll mark the biscuits up, and all we need to do is that so we do this on every joint. That's it, that's our joints all marked up. So I'll get the biscuit jointer. That's a biscuit jointer. And it has a blade there. That cuts a slot to a given depth in this timber. And they're biscuits which are compressed beech. And if you put PVA glue on those or you wet them, they expand. So they go into a slot that cuts and then they expand and they don't come apart. That's a 20 biscuit, size 20, you get 10s and 0s. And you can, there's a gauge on here relevant to what biscuit you're using. So it's set on 20s. And you set to depth down there. So it's set to go halfway down this timber, so which is roughly 10 milli down. It's actually 23 mil thick at the moment, timber. So it's set, we'll set it to 11 mil, it's halfway down. Then we just cut these slots in by placing this on these marks we've just put on. So we've got 2 lines on there, and we've got a centre line on there, you can see it there. So we just line those up, hold it flat and start it up, press it in. So we need to overhang this table, so we'll be sat on there sometimes. So we're just doing that. So I'm using the, what is it, Evo Stick PU glue. So we're going to squirt a bit in each slot. It's far too much, you don't need much at all. Next job, make the doors. Making simple shaker style doors like that. That's made from MDF and they're really easy to make. So I made the cutting list. 2 at 905, 2 at 697 and 5 at 135. So we'll get them chopped off. All the components are done for this door now, and I've had a change of plan. I'm going to do them a painted door, and the panels we'll put in are some veneered oak panels, so that will give a grain effect, same as the timber. So when it's painted, it should all look, it will look like it's, you know, properly painted. Timber the whole lot instead of just putting an MDF plain panel in, it'll look too flat. So we're just going to glue these together now. That's it, we're glued up. That's a simple way of making doors, loose tongue joinery. You don't have to cut any mortises and tenons or anything. That just takes the place of it, same thing. So that's that one done. Let's get a cuppa. I've glued the other one up, that's in the cramps, and that's out the cramps obviously. And now just want sanding up, loose tongues chopping off, sanding up, and we'll just relieve the Harris with the round over. So that's the door, tidied up, sanded up, all flush, nice, smooth. Bit of glue to get off there, bubbled out. That's it so far. And now we're going to put the holes in for the Euro hinges, like you know your kitchen hinge, cabinet hinges. We use Euro hinges. So it's just a matter of putting 2 holes in there, get rid of that bit of glue, and that's ready for finishing then. Have a hinge boring tool so that you can set the depth of what you want to bore with that. It's just the shoulder, tightens up and sets the depth. They're not very expensive. You can use Forstner bits, but these are better. They make a better job than Forstner bit. So it's just a matter of drilling them now. So that's it, they're all cleaned up, they're sat in, ready for the finishing now, but there's one more job we've got to do, and that's put a plate on here for the hinges. So we'll do that and then the face frame's done. So we've got to, as they sit like that, we have to have a return up here. Got the blocks glued on now, so we just let them go off. So it's Fish and Chip Friday, so we're going to chip shop. We'll come back after chips. We've got those blocks on now, glued up. And they're to take the cruciform off the hinge. So what we're doing now is we're going to attach these hinges. should be able to just lay them on there, and because they're sat flat, same as the front of this. If they weren't, what you have to do is you need 60mm. They've inset hinges, these, so you need a back set there of 60mm, and that 60mm is where the screws go. So that should sit down and should be on that mark. But as we're laying it down, we can do away with that, hopefully. I should be able to just screw them in like that. And that is on that 60mm line. So if we even these up, we should be able to just screw those in. That's it for today then, folks. We're all done. 3 o'clock Friday afternoon. It's a lovely summer's day. Time I was going home, have a shower, and we'll get off down the pub, sit outside, have a beer and some fresh air. Anyway, so as doors are done, you may notice something slightly different. I'll put a mid-rail in the top one as well. Looks better that way. So there's all the hinges are on. The soft close hinge pulls together nicely. And that's it. There we go. Nice mechanism on those hinges. They're half-L hinges. They're homemade. So that's it, I'm off. So thanks everybody, liking, subscribing, etc. And appreciate any comments, any suggestions. I'll listen to them. Anybody got out to tell me I don't know everything. And if anybody wants to ask me out, just give us a message. Alright, see you later. Ta-ra!